Hey, PreCalculus 20 students. Chapter 7, just some graphing calculator tips if you're using the TI-83, like we are in our class. Just a few tips here. Make sure you clear the y equals. Okay, so this is where you're going to go to get your graphs, and I do have one up here. So if you hit y equals, right, you get this screen. Make sure those are cleared off. Just hit clear before you start, and make sure your plots are turned off as well. So you want to make sure that that's all clear before you put your functions in. Another thing, if you were for chapter 7, absolute value here is a big thing. So make sure that you know to go to math, this math function, and then over to number, and then select number 1. So math over to number 1, ABS, that's absolute value. So if you hit that, then you'll have absolute value of whatever x, right? Okay, and then there's your absolute value of your x. So it'll give you absolute value that way. Now you may have to adjust your window. Here's the other thing, right? You may have to adjust your window setting, and that's in here. And you can change your x max or x min. So let's say that let's say that it looks like this, and your graph it looks like this, and you can't see over here. And say, hey, I need to see more of the x-axis in the negative direction. So go to Window and change your x minimum that's showing on the screen. Make it a larger number, like -8 or something. And then that will push this axis over, and you can see your graph. So you can do that with the x min, x max, y max, and y min down here. If you're trying to find the intersection of 2 points, so intersection, where's that again? So intersection, right, let's say we have y equals 6, and then y equals absolute value of x. I'm trying to find the intersection points between those two. Then you go to second function, trace. You see the calculate menu there, second function, and then trace. Go down to number 5. Okay, and then it's easy from here. It'll show you the first function, hit enter. It'll show you the second function, and the cursor will be blinking on them. Hit enter, and then go with your cursor over close to the intersection point that you want the calculator to calculate, and then just hit enter. Now remember, the solution is not y. The solution is x. Okay, so if you have these two functions, if you have absolute value of x equals 6, you're trying to find the solutions. Well, then there you go. You're going to have x equals -6 and x equals +6. Right? Are going to be those two solutions. So it's always the x that's the solutions when you're graphing equations. What else? Reciprocal. All right, no problem. If you want to find the reciprocal, let's say you're graphing y equals 1 over 2x plus 6 absolute value. Okay, wow. Let's not do absolute value. Let's just do reciprocal. So if you're trying to graph this, easy. Okay, and I don't have this on this list here yet, on this diagram yet, but you do this. You do 1 divided by, and then you make sure you use your brackets because you want to put everything underneath there, and then just type in 2x plus 6. It's really easy. An end bracket, and then you've got 1 over this. And I'm going to clear this other one off so we can see. And then there you go. So it looks like that. Now this vertical line is actually the asymptote. Your calculator might just show you a vertical line. It's not an actual line, it's an asymptote. And again, if I want to see this a little more clearly, I've got way too much x max. So I'm going to go to my window and then the x max there. I'm going to cursor down. I'm going to change that to like 1 or something. So it'll in effect zoom in a little bit more where I want it. You see that? So there you go. That's a few things. So yeah, just 1 over for your second function. 1 over. I don't need to put that on there, but yeah. So I think that's kind of all you need to know for this test, and make sure you're familiar with your calculator, so you can graph this using technology if required in the test. All right. Good luck. God bless.